Hi, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Emilie, and I am a yoga teacher based here in Luxembourg. Today we're going to be doing a really fun, full of funky transitions yoga flow. It's going to be focusing on hips and legs, a lot of hip mobility, all that good stuff. I am going to be cueing a full splits position at some point today. So for this class, I highly recommend having some blocks nearby. Either foam blocks or cork blocks, or if you don't have any blocks, you can also use books. If you don't have anything, it's not the end of the world. It's fine, it's just a little bit less comfortable. You have a little bit less support, but you can always make do. All right, so without further ado, I think that's all I wanted to say. We're going to get started, and we're not starting in child's pose today, we're starting on our backs. So you can just make your way there in constructive rest. All right, so just lying flat on your back, feet can be mat distance apart and knees knock in together. And you can relax your arms by your sides or right hand on the stomach and left hand on the chest. Close your eyes here and just take a moment to become aware of where you are. So the space that you have around you, if you smell any smells, if you hear any sounds. And just taking in as many details as you can of this present moment. And then noticing yourself within this space. So feeling your body weight on the mat, the different points of contact between your body and the floor. Feeling the warmth of your skin, the texture of your clothes. And then starting to bring your attention more inwards, noticing different sensations in the body. Maybe you feel somewhere feels a little bit more strongly. Maybe you feel some pain, some tension. Or maybe you just feel very slight tingling of the skin or fingertips. Notice if you can feel the beating of your heart and the rhythm of your breath. So just the natural inhales and exhales. And now that we are feeling a little bit more present, let's start to deepen the breath. So deep and long inhales and exhales, paying attention to all the sensations that the inhales create, to all the sensations that the exhales create in the body, and paying attention to the pause in between the two. Really deepening the breath, feeling what parts of the body expand, what parts contract. Let's take 3 more breaths here. And on your next inhale, you can bring both knees into your chest, flexing both toes, grab opposite hand to opposite wrist around your knees, or opposite hand to opposite elbow if you can already reach that so early in the practice. Just make sure that wherever you're holding, your shoulders stay grounded. We want to try to keep the back as flat and wide as possible. So expanding, not rounding the back, not lifting the shoulders. Really widening the space between the shoulder blades as much as you can. And with each exhale, squeeze your knees in a little bit tighter, feeling that deep compression in both hips. Breathe into the lower belly against all the compression. Let's take 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, release the bind of your legs. Extend both legs up to the sky. You can release your hands beside your hips and just start to point and flex your toes. So feeling all of those muscles contract in your calves, maybe even in your shins. And then you can circle your ankles in one direction and switch directions. And now pointing or flexing the toes. We often flex the toes a lot, so if you want to point today for a change, that is fine with me. Let's lower the right leg almost all the way down to the mat, slowly keeping your back flat. And inhale to lift it up. Exhale, the left leg lowers almost all the way down. Inhale to lift. The right leg, exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Left leg again, exhale. Inhale to lift. And now either you can do one leg at a time or both legs together. Exhale, lower. Inhale to lift. All right, one more time. Exhale, lower. Inhale to lift. Let's bend both knees. Grab the outer blades of the feet with your hands for happy baby. And you can either stay still or rock side to side. Or if you feel like bending and straightening one leg at a time, you can also do that. So whatever you feel your body needs here. Let's go for 3 more breaths. And then let's slowly bring both knees together into your chest. We're going to start to rock back and forth. So you can rock a few times, massaging the muscles along your back. And then we're going to cross over the shins and come into a high plank. So stepping both feet back and holding here, hollowing the lower belly. 2 more breaths here. And on your next inhale, bring your shoulders past your wrists, come onto the very tips of your toes, and hold. So a little bit more strength building in the wrists, a little bit of a stretch even in the backs of the wrist. 1 more breath here. And then on your exhale, release your knees down on the mat for tabletop. Let's find a few rounds of cat and cow just to mobilize the spine. So inhale to drop the belly, open up the heart, gaze forward. Exhale, 1 vertebra at a time, round the spine. Inhale to open up the heart. Exhale to round. Inhale to open. Exhale, round. And last one here. And exhale to round. Now let's come back to a neutral spine. The right leg extends back. You can roll out your right ankle in one direction and in the other. On your next inhale, let's extend the left leg long. Inhale to find length. Exhale, knee to nose around the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. 2 more. Breathing in and out. Last 2. Last one. On your next inhale, lengthen. Exhale, drop your left hand down on the mat. Right foot steps all the way over to the left. Press into your right hand. Look over your left shoulder. So we're making a C shape with the body, stretching out the right side. And breathe. Try to send the breath into your right side body, right lung. On your next inhale, look forward. We're going to bring the right knee into the right shoulder and then kick it out to the right. Exhale, step it over to the left. Cross your right foot behind the left. Inhale, kick to the right. Exhale, step over to the left. For 3. For 4. Last one, 5. Hold. Little pulses up for 5. 4. As high as you can. 3. 2. 1. Release your right foot down on the mat in one line with the left knee. Tuck your left toes under. Step both hands almost all the way to the top of the mat. And then release your forehead down on the floor. Squeeze the navel in. Send the hips back and up. And 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, both hands walk underneath your shoulders, lift your chest, and just bring your right knee underneath the right hip. On an inhale, right leg kicks back one more time. Exhale, right knee, right shoulder. And then let's step the right foot on the outside of the right hand. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. And here we can rock back and forth. Right, so building a little bit of heat in the legs, also stretching out the back of the left leg slightly. Right, let's take 2 more breaths here. And then we're going to drop the left heel. I'm just going to turn around so you can see better. So left leg is behind you. Let's drop the left heel. Left arm reaches up to the sky, side angle pose. All right, stay active through your core. So not all your weight is on your right hand. Even if you want your right elbow to be on your right thigh for more support, that's fine. Just don't slouch in it. And 1 more breath here. And on your next exhale, bend the right knee a lot, come into Skandasana. Right leg is super bent. You can stay on your right toes, so the right heel can stay lifted, or on the mat. Try to lengthen your spine as much as you can, grow nice and tall. And 2 more breaths here. On your next exhale, let's drop the left hip down. Left hand comes behind your left leg. Press into your right foot and left hand. Lift the hips. Right arm reaches over the right ear. So big side body stretch here. And hold. Keep pressing through the right foot for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, re-bend into the right knee. Sit your left hip down on the mat. Hands can come to the heart space, or you can use the floor as support. And then we're going to lift the hips, come back into Skandasana. Inhale here. Exhale, right hand comes back down on the mat. Side angle pose again. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, reach your left arm over your left ear, stretch. Next inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your right leg, right arm reaches up to the sky. Two more breaths. On your next exhale, bring both hands parallel to the mat. Inhale to reach through the right fingertips. Exhale to open up Trikonasana. Right fingertips reach down, left arm reaches up to the sky. And one more breath here. And then on your exhale, look down. We're going to turn the right toes in and bring the left hand down to the mat for Prasarita. So both toes are pointing towards the long side of the mat. Take a deep breath in, lengthen your spine, and exhale to forward fold. Try to keep your weight in the front of your feet. And here you can maybe dangle between the legs, or maybe you want to take a little bit more of an active fold, maybe a bind around the ankles or big toes, whatever you prefer. On your next inhale, let's take a halfway lift. Look towards the back of your mat. Bend your left knee. Right hand comes down on the floor. Left arm reaches up, so twist open to the left. And hold 3 deep breaths here. Keep pulling your left hip back and right hip forward. And on your next exhale, we're going to circle the left arm back and down, and at the same time, straighten your left leg, pyramid pose. You might want to step that right foot a little bit closer. Now let's take one more breath here. Next inhale, halfway lift, re-bend into your left knee, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Exhale, both knees come down to the floor, tabletop. 3 rounds of cat and cow. Inhale to open up the heart. Exhale to round the spine. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. And last one, breathing in. And exhale to round, hollow the lower belly. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Now the left leg extends back. You can lift your left foot off the mat, circle your ankle in one direction and the other, making sure your belly is not dropping down, so you're always squeezing navel in. And on your next inhale, let's reach the right arm forward. Deep breath in here to lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose for 5. Inhale, lengthen. 4, 3, 2, and 1. On your exhale, drop your right hand down on the mat. Left foot steps over to the right. Press into your left hand. Look over your right shoulder. And breathe. Try to lengthen and expand into your left side body as much as you can. On your next inhale, let's look forward. Left knee comes into the left shoulder. Let's kick the left leg out to the left and then cross it back to the right. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, pulse up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the left foot in one line with the right knee. Gate pose, both hands walk forward. Send your hips back towards your right heel, forehead to the mat. And breathe. Try to lengthen your spine as much as you can. Keep squeezing the muscles in your left thigh. And 2 more breaths here. And then let's walk the hands underneath the shoulders, lift the chest, bring your left knee in, and then inhale, kick it straight back, left leg back. Exhale, left knee into left shoulder, step your left foot on the outside of your left hand, lift your right knee off the mat, and then start to rock back and forth. So really engaging the muscles in the right thigh, Feeling maybe a little bit of a hip opener in the left hip. Feeling maybe a little bit of heat building up in the body as we start to move more. And then from here, we're going to ground the right heel. Right arm reaches up, side angle pose. We're still reaching crown of the head forward and trying to create as much space as possible between both hands. On your next exhale, Skandasana. Flex the right toes, right leg stays straight, left leg bends even more. You can stay here on your left toes or even higher up. All of those options are fine. It just depends what your body is capable of at this moment. One is not better than the other at all. All right? 2 more breaths. On your next exhale, we're going to sit down with or without the help of the hands. Right hand comes behind your right hip. Let's press into the left foot. Inhale, lift the hips. Reach your left arm over your head. And hold, big stretch. And on your next exhale, re-bend into the left knee. Let's come back to Skandasana. Lift the hips off the floor. Left hand comes back down on the mat. Inhale, side angle pose. Exhale, let's reach the right arm over the right ear. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your left leg. Two more breaths. On your next exhale, both arms come parallel to the floor. Let's reach through the left fingertips and the hips back as much as you can. And when you can't anymore, drop the left hand down. Right arm reaches up to the sky, Trikonasana. Here we're trying to lengthen every single part of the body. The legs, both the left side and the right side, the arms, everything. And on your next exhale, Prasarita. Let's circle the right hand down, left toes turn in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. On your next inhale, back to halfway lift. Look towards the top of your mat now because we're going back to the top. Bend the right knee. Left hand is on the mat. Right arm reaches up in the air. Lunge with an open twist to the right. Keep pulling your right hip back, left hip forward. And on your exhale, we're circling the right arm down and straightening the right leg for pyramid pose. And as you can see, my feet are way too far apart, so we're just going to step that left foot closer if you need to close the gap a little bit. Right foot can stay flat on the mat, or you can flex the toes, whatever you feel feels nicer. On your next inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, bend the right knee, step back, high plank. Inhale here. Exhale, let's drop the knees down. And then we're going to bend the elbows. We're going to take 5 modified push-ups. Let's bend the elbows. Squeeze your elbows into your rib cage. Inhale, lift. For 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, maybe lift your knees for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now let's take 2 breaths here. And now from here, we're going to Walk all the way up to the top of the mat, trying to keep the legs straight. And you can stay on the tips of your toes if you want. And really small steps, trying to keep the hands down on the mat if you can. And then once we're there, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold forward. High mountain, rise up. Reach the arms above the head. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, the right foot steps back. Ground the right knee and reach the arms above the head. Inhale here. Exhale, half splits with airplane wings for 5. Inhale, lift. For 4. 3. 2. And 1. Inhale, stand up tall, right knee into the chest. Exhale, cross your right ankle over your left knee and hold for 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Left hand will hold the outer blade of the right foot. We're going to stand up and extend the right leg out in front of us at the same time. And then right arm reaches towards the back of the room. And from here, release your right foot. Try to stay in the twist for a moment. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Come into standing splits. Right leg reaches up high. And hold. And if you want to add little pulses here, feel free to do that. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's step the right foot back, left foot back, high plank. Exhale, your vinyasa of choice. All right, second time, walking up to the top of the mat, one little step at a time. Trying to keep the legs straight, teeny tiny steps. Good. Getting all the way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. High mountain, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Let's step the left foot back. Drop the left knee down. Inhale, Anjanasana. Exhale, half splits for 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Big step forward, left knee into the chest. Let's cross that left ankle over the right knee and sink down low. All right, so from here, the right hand will hold the outer blade of the left foot, and we're going to kick that left leg out and reach the left arm back and hold. Maybe even look over your left shoulder for 5. Pull the left hip down, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, stay in the twist for just a second, and then exhale, cartwheel the hands down, left leg lifts up high, standing splits. Maybe pulse that left leg and hold for 3, 2, squeeze the left glute, 1. Exhale, step it way back. Right foot meets the left, high plank, and your vinyasa of choice. All the way back to downward facing dog. One big breath here. Now we're going to walk up to the mat one more again. Just a little bit of a variation. We're going to circle the legs. So the right leg, bring it off the mat as far as you can to the left, as far as you can up towards the ceiling, to the right, and then step it just in front of your left foot. You can do this all on the toes, or your heels can be grounded, whatever you prefer. So left leg, circle to the right, up, left, and down. Right foot, circle to the left, up, right, and down. Continue that process, going slowly and with control. You can come onto the tips of your fingers when you get close to your hands to make it a little bit more accessible. Make sure you end with your left leg. Good. On your inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold forward. High mountain, rise up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Right foot steps back, starting the same way we did Anjaneyasana. Exhale, half splits for 5. Inhale. 4. 3. 2. Last one, exhale. Inhale, big step, right knee into the chest. Exhale, crescent lunge, changing it up. And inhale here, exhale, warrior 2. And I'm going to change around again. Reverse warrior, breathe in. Exhale, cartwheel your hands all the way down to the mat. Right hand stays planted. Let's come into wild thing. Left foot steps behind the right leg. Inhale here, hold for 2 breaths. And then on your exhale, we're going to sit down on the mat. Left leg stays bent, right hand can stay down on the floor. Flex your right toes. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, reach your left hand towards your right foot. You can either stay here or you can bind around your left leg. And then the right arm would bind behind your back. Inhale to open up the heart. Exhale to fold. So it's really compressed here. You probably won't get as deep as you normally would in a forward fold. At least I would be very surprised if you did. So just keep squeezing that core, stomach to thigh, squeezing the navel in to hollow the lower belly more. On your next inhale, let's slowly straighten the back. Keep the bind of your left leg. Maybe lift your left foot with the bind. If you can't hold the bind, that's okay. And then we're going to step the left foot across the right leg, bow down to the right. Inhale, release the bind, reach your arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Right elbow can hook the left knee, or you can hold on. It's a little less deep, whatever you decide. One more breath here. All right, now on your inhale, unwind. We're going to slide the left leg along the right leg so it's still crossed over the right foot. On your inhale, reach your arms above your head. Exhale, fold over your crossed legs. 5 breaths here. And on your next inhale, slowly come back up. Right hand comes behind you. We're going to come into a high plank. So you can maybe already roll onto your right side or just lift on your right hand immediately. We're going to lift the hips and bring the left hand down, high plank. Inhale here, exhale your vinyasa, which is always just an option. You can always skip that part. And then we're back in down dog. And now we're going to circle the legs, but starting with the left one first this time. So left leg circles, and then step it just in front of the right. Try to make even bigger circles than last time. Right leg, left. All right, just keep going at your own pace. You can go slower or faster than me, whatever suits your rhythm. We will meet at the top of the mat. And making sure that the right leg is the one that finishes last this time. When you're at the top of the mat, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. High mountain, rise up, inhale. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, the left foot steps back, and I'm already going to turn around. Left foot steps back, Anjanasana, reach the arms above the head. Exhale, half splits for 5. Inhale. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Inhale, stand up tall, left knee into the chest. Exhale, crescent lunge, step it back. Breathe in, breathe out, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, left hand stays on the mat. Wild thing, right foot steps behind your left leg. Open up the heart, 2 deep breaths. And then on your next exhale, bend your right knee a lot and sit down. Left hand stays on the mat. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale, right fingertips reach towards your left foot. Maybe bind around your right leg. Inhale to open up the heart. Exhale to fold deeper over the left leg. Two more breaths. And on your next inhale, keep the bind of your hands. Straighten your spine, lift your right foot off the mat, cross your right foot over the left leg, and bow down. Inhale, release the bind, reach your arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. And once again, left hand can just hold on to the right knee, or you can hook. Depends what feels better in your body. I don't like hooking so much. I feel like my shoulder blades kind of get out of place, so I prefer to grab like this, but you can hook, whatever you prefer. And on your next inhale, let's unwind. Look over your left leg. We're going to slide that right leg over the left. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale to fold over your crossed legs. One more breath here. On your next inhale, slowly rise up. Left hand now comes behind you, high plank. So lift the hips, right hand comes back down on the mat. Inhale here, exhale, maybe a vinyasa, all the way back to downward facing dog. All right, and now we're gonna go to the top of the mat 2 more times. So you can choose if you want to walk up or if you want to jump, whatever variation you want to try. You can handstand, whatever you want. So on your inhale, come high up onto your toes, and then either start to walk or take a little bit of a hop. All the way to the top of the mat. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Exhale to fold. High mountain, rise up. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, the right foot steps way back. Drop the right knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, just one time. Exhale, half splits, airplane wings. Inhale, right knee into the chest, stand up tall. Exhale, crescent lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Now keep your right elbow bent behind your back. On your exhale, side angle pose with a bind. So the right elbow still bent behind the back and hold. Two more breaths. On your next inhale, open up the arms. Reverse triangle, inhale. Exhale, let's bring both arms parallel to the floor. Trikonasana, reach your left fingertips forward. Open up the arms. One breath here. And then you can look down, bend your left knee. Left fingertips come a little bit in front of the left leg for half moon pose. Right leg, right arm, lift off. And on your next exhale, let's bring the right fingertips down, level your hips. And we're going to step the right foot off the mat to the left side. So you're going to be on the outer blade of your right foot. Right hand stays on the mat. Reach the crown of the head forward, and then left arm can reach up to the sky. Keep pulling your left hip back. Should feel a bit of a stretch over your left hip. And on your next exhale, left fingertips come down to the mat. Inhale, standing splits. All right, hold here. And now on your exhale, step your right foot way back, bend your left knee. Let's drop the right knee down. If you have your blocks, now is the time for full splits. So left leg is in front of the right. You can bring both blocks like this, maybe even on the highest level. And then maybe slide down into your splits. You can keep the blocks under your hands, or you can bring the blocks under your left hip, which I'm going to do because it feels quite comfortable. And we're just going to stay here for 5 breaths, wherever you are. Keep both legs active. And now to come off, we're going to press into the blocks or into the mat. Lift the hips, bend the left knee, remove the block. And we're going to come into 3-legged tabletop. So just sliding that left leg back. Bend your left knee. Let's circle the left knee in one direction. And the other. And on your next inhale, kick your left leg back. Let's cross the left knee behind the right. Then we're going to walk the hands back to the knees and sit down between your feet for shoelace. Make sure both sit bones are grounded. Once again, you can use the block if you want to sit on that. And we're just going to fold forward. So nothing special with the arms, but if you want to add something, feel free. Let's take a deep breath in. On your exhale, you can fold over your legs. And just making sure that when you fold forward, your sit bones stay glued to the mat. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And slowly you can lift your forehead off your legs or off the floor if it reaches. Let's roll over the shin. So maybe here you want to use your fingertips to lift the hips and then walk your hands forward. Come back to tabletop. Let's tuck the toes and come into downward facing dog. Our last time hopping or walking forward to the top of the mat. So either you walk one step at a time, maybe circles with the legs, or you can hop, just whatever your heart desires. If you're working on something, feel free to add it there. On your next inhale, halfway lift once you're at the top of the mat. Exhale to fold. High mountain, rise up. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Left foot steps way back. Anjanasana, inhale. One time, half splits, airplane wings. Big step forward, left knee into the chest, inhale. Exhale, step back, crescent lunge. Breathe in, breathe out, warrior two. Left elbow bends behind your back. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep your left elbow there. Exhale, side angle pose, binding around the right thigh. And hold. And on your next inhale, release the bind, open. Inhale, reverse triangle, one breath. Exhale, both arms come parallel to the floor. Breathe in, reach through the right fingertips. Breathe out, Trikonasana. Inhale here. Exhale, look down, bend your right knee, float, half moon. And you can even have your block here under your right hand if you need a little bit more height. And on your next exhale, look down. Left fingertips come down to the mat. Square your hips. Left foot steps way over to the right. Come on the outer blade of your left foot. And then let's reach the right arm up to the sky and pull the right hip back. And on your next exhale, right fingertips come back down, standing splits, left leg rises. For 3, 2, 1. Exhale, step your left foot way back. Either you stay in Anjanasana and half split, or you can take your block again, or maybe 2 blocks, whatever you prefer, and slide into full split. Never force these deep stretches, never exaggerate them. It will harm you more in the long run. So every time you force your body into something that it's not ready for, it's not going to allow you to go deeper next time. You're actually going to probably lose a bit of flexibility. So just be very mindful of that. I know the ego can be a problem. We want to do so good. We want to prove to ourselves that we're super strong or super flexible. We want to prove it to our teachers. But in the end, it doesn't do us any favors, and we just need to accept where we are at this moment in time and love our body. Yeah, as if it were our best friend, which it is. All right. We're slowly going to push into the mat or into the blocks, lift the hips, remove your block out of the way, come into 3-legged tabletop. Right leg extends back. Let's bend the right knee and just circle it out in one direction. And the other. And on your next inhale, extend the right leg back. Exhale, bend your right knee behind the left. Separate the feet. Walk your hands all the way back to your knees. Come into shoelace. Make sure you're comfortable here, and then we're going to breathe in and exhale to fold over the legs. Let's take 3 more breaths here. And slowly lift your chest off your legs. Let's roll over the legs. Come into tabletop. And here, any movement you feel your body needs, any circles, any cat and cow, whatever you want. And then we're going to make our way onto a seat. It's just walking your knees all the way up to your wrists, rolling onto a seat. Legs are straight. Let's remove the flesh from the sit bones. Take a deep breath in, lengthen your spine, maybe reaching the arms up towards the sky, and then exhale to fold over your leg. 5 breaths here. And you don't have to be lying on your legs like me. Obviously, I've been doing this for a long time, so I can now reach my legs, but it wasn't always the case. Just make sure you're always working with a straight spine and engaged core. And just be patient. Yoga is a lot about patience. And from here, we're going to slowly lift the upper body off the legs. You can either keep your legs straight or you can bend them to come all the way back down to the mat. 1 vertebra at a time. And you can come back into constructive rest where we started. So feet are mat distance apart, knees not getting together. And just take a deep cleansing breath in through the nose. Hold the breath at the very top of your inhale. And then exhale through the mouth. And 1 more deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Just allowing your full body weight to rest on the mat. Allowing all your muscles to relax. And we're going to take 1 last little twist before ending the practice. So you can just bring both knees into your chest. And then we're just going to let both knees fall over to the right. Maybe look over your left shoulder. Maybe look straight up to the sky, whatever you prefer. And notice the effects of the twist along your spine and your belly. Let's come back through center. Inhale. And then exhale both knees to the left. And 1 last time back through center. Hug your knees in tightly. Maybe lift your forehead up to the knees. Squeeze as hard as you can. And then exhale. Come into your shavasana. Extending your legs out in front of you, the arms alongside your body, palms face up. Take 1 last deep cleansing breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth, let it all go. I invite you to enjoy this shavasana for as long as you have the time for today, hopefully a little bit longer than you are comfortable with. I am going to end the video now since I think it's already quite long. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again in one of my next classes, and please consider subscribing. It really supports my channel. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.